Alright, got the Scrimcast going actually. Got, in this situation, Sweet Like Ice on the Legion side, taking on Reason Gaming on the Hellborn side. And this is just a one-game series once again, so it will be a win or winner take all, win or go home, whatever you want to call it. And obviously it's a scrim, so we might see some interesting stuff. Nothing really on the line here besides some pride, and obviously guys on Sweet Like Ice looking for some victory over a team in Reason that is considered probably a top 5, no doubt a top 5 team, I think. Sweet Like Ice sort of on the outside of that looking in, maybe TCOG, Team NK, Tree, who else? I don't know. Sweet Super Surge, perhaps? You might want to consider them. Top 5, you know, pretty hotly contested. So, Denial, that's there. I knew I was missing somebody big. Sync now. So, Sweet Like Ice probably just outside that top 5, just below that NK Denial level in the more TCOG thing. TCOG might be a number 5 team in Han right now, but anyway, certainly a top 10 team, definitely a team to watch out for, and definitely a team that can do some good stuff. They've been a consistent diamond level team. They've had some strong play, and should be a good series between them and Reason Gaming. Panny, of course, you might notice, from TCOG, as we were just saying, is ringing here in place of Death Growl. Evidently Death Growl unable to make it. So they will be using Panny. Let's see how that affects some stuff. Perhaps gonna put somebody else on that mid role. Death Growl, obviously the typical mid player, very strong one at that. One of the better mid players in the game, in my opinion, actually. Just a very solid all-around, mechanically knows what he's doing with his team. Is a great Pestilence, really. He's possibly his signature hero. And speaking of heroes, Parasite, Affiliate, Jupiter Forest, and Tempest are banned out. So jungle. No jungles. Except for the non-traditional jungles, I suppose. Not really huge objections to any of those bans, especially when you see where that's going. You're like, alright, we'll just take out all the junglers, because, especially for Imbiboy over there on the Hellborn side, don't want to let the Legion side have a jungler when you cannot possibly get one, unless that's to be a non-traditional jungler. Then again, Imbiboy, one of the captains that is more willing to go with a dual support strat, more willing to run tri-lanes, more willing to do some stuff that is a little unconventional. I think out of all the captains of the top 5 teams, he's the guy that's going to be like, I did not expect that. That is not what I would have assumed is the metagame right now, and then it works sometimes, and then sometimes it doesn't. And when it works, he looks like a genius. When it doesn't work, he looks like a moron. So, you take what you can get. Anyway, picks coming out here: Pestilence, Master of Arms, and Bubbles getting picked up by the guys on Sweet Like Ice. So, gonna presumably be a strong middle lane in that pesty Master of Arms. And I think at this point we gotta every single game with Reason, you gotta think tri-lane. Engineer coming out for them, obviously strong tri-lane hero, Pesty Master of Arms, both strong tri-lane heroes from the lead side. Bubbles can either shoot Suicide short lane or a solo lane by himself. In fact, prefers the solo short lanes. Suicide mid or short by himself prefers the short lane. We've seen, I think, a dual lane Bubbles precisely one time in the entire Hunter Season 2 playoffs, and that just doesn't seem like it's a great idea. He needs levels too much. So with that there, Ravener, yep, Reason's running a tri-lane. I guarantee it right now that Reason's running a tri-lane. So Hellborn gonna Bandrug I like that actually, because that's Ambiboy loves that hero and it would fit with their lineup too. So Zane's gonna be on that Pharaoh. I guarantee you that Ambiboy was looking for that Drunken Master as a hero that he could pick up and run mid, so they can run a defensive tri-lane here, or an aggressive tri-lane for that matter, with Pharaoh in the middle and Ambiboy in that top lane. But this is definitely gonna be a tri-lane from Reason Gaming, as they just love doing that so damn much. So we'll see what the rest of the heroes they choose to ban out here on the Legion side are. I think Torture and a Luna. No, Pyromancer and Torture. Huh? Pyromancer and Luna. Rhapsody maybe? You're going to want to ban out some tri-lane supports here, I think, just because you're going to have to run your own. And given you've got Master of Arms already for a point stun, Pestilence for a good follow-up, I think I'd like the Pyro from their side, or the Wrap. One of those two is going to be strong, and they're going to have the first pickup coming out of the banning stage, because if they don't, then Reason are going to get what they want. So we'll see what this ends up being. CD ban also pretty strong there, as he is a good solo hero as a carry. But We'll see. I think the Pyro coming out of the short lane, or coming out of the Legion side as their first pick is going to be strong. Targeted stun and Master Arms means you can't miss that. And then of course Pyro brings the second AoE stun on top of Pestilence and plenty of nuke damage with that Phoenix Wave. So would provide lots of burst and the much appreciated stun. Aluna obviously the other option, as if you want to go to the second targeted stun route, so either she or Master Arms can initiate. I think those would both work quite well. Architiger choosing to ban out Rhapsody, so I have no objections to that. Of course, I just mentioned as a very possible pickup here for either side, for that matter. And we'll see, actually, you know, if the Legion side chooses to respond to the inevitable Reason Gaming tri-lane with one of their own. They don't necessarily have to do it. I mean, they could, say, mid the bubbles, and I think it's suicide the bubbles. I don't think that's probably a great idea. It really depends. If they run the aggressive tri-lane on Reason Gaming, they could probably short lane the bubbles and run an effective suicide short lane. Wretched Hag, I like that pick. That's going to be that's going to be a nice solo laner. So yeah, they're definitely going for the tri-lane here too on Legion. They're like, we know what's coming. We know what's going to happen. We know what you're going for, and we're going to come at you, bro. And the question really at this point is going to be, are they going to run the aggro try or the safe try? And given Reason Gaming's previous history, I'm suspecting the aggro try. They just love to do that. Aluna's coming out. Not a surprise whatsoever. Going to give that point stun to the Hellborn side that they don't have from MG or Ravener, and will be the one that's really starting all these fights. So I think Pyromancer's my last pick here if on the Legion side. Provides a little more burst damage and yet another very valuable stun, but could be, I don't know, Glacius. Torture's banned out, but we'll see what they end up going for. It's definitely going to be a second support. It's definitely going to be a tri-lane support. And I just keep leaning towards that Pyromancer as the one that makes sense. I think Glacius, number 2, maybe. Myrmidon gets thrown out, but I don't think that's likely. I'm not a huge fan of it, really. He does a ton of damage, and his mana pool is big enough that he can, you know, stay in that lane for a long time. The issue is he's just so squishy, and he doesn't scale well at all. So. So 15 seconds or so here for the Legion side, and we'll see what they choose to do. I think if I were them, I'd run the aggressive tri-lane, put Bubbles in the mid, Wretched Hag in the short. Okay, I hate that. I hate every part of that. There is no part of that which I do not despise. If I believe there's another Scrimcast up right now that makes my feelings on Cthulhu clear. I hate that hero. I think it's the worst hero. I think that is the hero I think is the worst hero in the game, yes. Looking at everything, yeah. That's my least favorite hero. I hate it. I think it's awful. It's terrible. It sucks. They're going to jungle it because Architiger has it right now. And it's going to be a Puppet Master as the last pick here. So yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I thought they were looking for another support, but no. I don't know why I thought that, but that's definitely going to be an aggressive tri-lane here from Reason Gaming. So, honestly, I'd be a little surprised if, and I think it's going to be a defensive tri-lane here. Yeah, as Mikey Man is on that Bubbles, he is their suicide player. So Wretched Hag on that Balthazar going to be heading middle. Cthulhu in the woods and a defensive dual lane, I believe. So they're going to run the pseudo tri-lane against the aggressive tri. Not a huge fan of this. Just not, nope. It's just like, I mean, we know what's coming out, don't we? I guess this could be dual lanes. I'm going to look really stupid now, aren't I, when they run defensive dual lanes? Ravener NG middle, Puppet Aluna top. Yeah, I mean, that's very possible. They could do that. And it looks like that's what they are doing. Zane's running down here with the Pharaoh. We'll see. I don't trust Reason. I don't trust you, Reason Gaming. Pick on Macera, poor guy. I don't know if that elephant pick messed with them and they're like, I don't want to do the tri-lane with this, or if they never really planned on it, or they were like, all right, maybe we will, maybe we won't. They're actually dropping a ward here. Really odd place. Okay, so he killed that tree, and that's his second tree. Okay, so that's why he's dropping a bunch of trees there. We'll give him lots and lots of vision as a result. And this is going to be defensive dual lanes. So I look like a moron for spending the entire drafting phase going tri-lane, 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 and then it ends up being defensive dual lanes. And this is honestly going to benefit the Legion team a lot because they decided to run this elephant in the jungle. If they hadn't done that, I think this could have been much, much better for Hellborn. Running the aggro try here against the bottom lane would have basically forced Legion to rotate. And they do have a strong mid lane by all means, so it's not like it's the biggest deal in the world. Started filling out landing information right here. Anyway, up top, gonna put a puppet show here in Bubbles, and gonna try to kill him here. Shellsurf going out there, will pour to it, not gonna be able to stun. Obviously, power throw is available, not stun, so that makes sense because she does not have stun leveled up. So mid lane probably gonna see most of the action here, as we have two ranged supports going up against two melee farmers. And I think in this lane, you probably gotta favor the initiation potential of Hellborn a little bit more. Just because the ball lightning in is going to cause a lot more issues. Obviously, NG Keg and turret is very, very powerful. And cleaning up kills now. The issue is mostly going to be if they do that. Oh, and ball and then coming back in, and now Pessy could be in some trouble. Still looking for the jump. Cthulhu going to charge in, and NG, you're so dead, buddy. And here comes that stupid elephant, messing everything up. So I'm like, the Hellborn's lane is better, and then the stupid elephant comes in and makes me look like a fool. Fuck you, elephant. Goddamn elephant. Top lane, Bubbles no doubt getting boxed out a little bit here by Panny on that Aluna. Illusion Master of Arms here, going to try to help Bubbles box out this Aluna, and now she could be in some trouble. Because the Illusion Master is, yeah, this is going to be a dead Aluna, no doubt. And despite the power, the puppet show going down there, it's still going to be a kill on Aluna, so... Oops. Illusion Masters helping to clean up a kill there on the Panny, and we'll go 2-0 in favor of Legion, so things not looking so great for Reason Gaming at this point. And obviously early in the laning phase, so that's not the biggest deal, but slight gold lead and experience lead to the Legion side. Man, I really wish they ran the tri-lane. They would have forced Hag to rotate middle, they would have had to put the dual lane bottom. Cthulhu would have been a lot less helpful because he wouldn't have been there most of the time, and by the time he did get back to the lane, then it's pretty likely that Pesty and NG, or Pesty and Mo would have taken a whole bunch of deaths. And Reason's very good at tri-lanes too, so interesting that they choose to not go with that charge shot there onto Engineer, looking for the jump. Flight going to be taking the ball lightning, gets the stun on Engineer anyway, ball lightning there, and they will actually get the second stun on Engineer. He's going to be taking a lot of damage. One more auto attack, not there actually, as they finish off Macera with the power throw. Off to the side, will get the stun onto Master of Arms. A couple more auto attacks though, and he'll drop. I think maybe we'll get this. Keg stun not quite going to hit, so power throw. They will snipe Ray. Nicely done, Panny. So 2-0 there as Hellborn bring this back a little bit. End up tying it up at 2 hero kills apiece. And we're just about even in terms of resources. Hellborn with a tiny, tiny gold lead and tiny, tiny experience lead. That's going to flop back and forth. Oh look, now the Legion have an experience lead. Because of this stupid elephant. It's a stupid hero. Nobody should ever play it. Ever. Get rid of the stupid hero. Or at least give it a massive rework. So dumb. Off to the side here. Gonna put a bunch of damage here onto Ravener. Ball Lightning does not hit anything, and he will be alright as Emerald Lightning coming in from Luna. Elephant coming in from the background trying to do something, but he won't be able to because he's bad. Not Archie Tiger, the elephant. Luna up top looking for something. We'll get caught out a little bit there. The Fork Lightning going down. Flight active on Pessy. They're going to try to chase him. Not going to happen. This is just a little too much up top. Bubbles getting gone on by this Puppet Master. One more on him. And, oh, take cover was brilliant there. Going to stop the last auto attack there from the Puppet. And he will be able to get out of the lane. Now, Master Prime's going to be in some trouble as Puppet's walking over. Pestilence here as well, though, and they're going to have to be real careful about this. Emerald Lightning is on Pestilence, and he's in some real trouble here. Going to need the Ball Lightning in the face, plus these strings, and that keg is going to help St. Rock's finish him off. Meanwhile, on bottom, you see Zane get picked off as he puts the walls down, but the stupid elephant charges right through it. You're not supposed to go through the walls, see? It's a good thing that Balthazar was there to help him that kill, because otherwise that stupid elephant would have totally screwed everything up and charged away from the Pharaoh. Because Magnus can stop his stun when he wants to, and Geomancer can stop his stun when he wants to, and I don't think Elephant can. I believe Elephant is the only stun in the game that moves the hero that requires him to move as long as the stun is. He can't end it early and then just go a shorter duration. Which is hilariously awful. And of course it doesn't go up cliffs, unlike Magnus or Geomancer, so you gotta wonder why that stun is even like built the way it is. You're gonna take a keg stun there and won't be able to get the refreshment rune. Because for all intents and purposes, it's the exact same thing as Geomancer's stun or Magnus' stun, but it can't go up cliffs, you can't end it early. I mean, Geomancer, you actually double tap it, Magnus, of course, you target it shorter, but I don't know. I don't know why that stun is built the way it is, and it annoys the crap out of me. The theory, I guess, that you can use the creeps or trees or something like that to get extra stun duration is great, and when you do it, it's awesome, it's really powerful. The issue is it's just not consistently there. You don't have that opportunity so much, you have to line it up so damn perfectly. That's trying to actually do that is a bitch, and sidestepping is so damn easy because it's so slow. Anyway, enough about the dumb elephant. I'm sure we'll talk about more. We'll talk more about its stupidity later. Up top, we're gonna see Mikey Man get dropped by Puppet Master and Luna, as there goes this show, and yeah, you're dead. Top tower getting pushed a little bit here by these two heroes, but not going to be too much damage, I don't think. Just a little bit of harass. Pause coming up, but of course we've got auto skip pause, so nobody cares. Master Ram's in the middle lane, going to have to back off a little bit, as he does not have his friend in Pestilence right now. I see on bottom looking for a possible pick on Pharaoh, but won't find one. Upborn taking that one. K-Gold leading a 500 experience lead. Eight-minute ring to be controlled here. Bugs going to Ravener. Cthulhuphant looking for an opening here. Gonna take the Hellfire. Stuns all the way through Engineer there. Will trap 2 in the Mummy Walls there. Batblood's gonna hit only Engineer. Archtiger gonna drop right off the bat. Engineer gonna drop in the meantime. And we're gonna see if Pharaoh can survive this. No, he cannot. Ravener trying to clean up on the Pestilence. Not gonna happen as the Impel Stun comes out. 3-0. As Balthazar picks up a 3-for-1, excuse me. As Balthazar picks up a hat trick and the elephant dies. Bubbles off to the side, gonna try to get the shell survive, will do so, as the sun obviously doesn't really last long enough. Luna not having enough lockdown to prevent him from getting away. Bubbles off to the side, still level 4, so not doing too well in terms of experience. 147 experience per minute. Is in fact the second lowest in the game, just ahead of Luna. And really would appreciate hitting level 6 sometime soon. The GPM charts real fast. Damn, boy. 430 gold per minute. Quite nice. And he is just ahead of that wretched hag. Pretty much everybody else not having a great time, though. Ravener's at 290 gold per minute. Not bad, but, I mean, 230, 230, 217. Not particularly impressive. 9.5 minutes into this game. Ball lightning go there, plus the energy field. Pez going to be in a lot of trouble here. Nice knockback right into it. Turret's done, going to help finish him off, and that's going to be an easy kill onto Pesty. Master Bump's trying to help out there, but not level 6, not able to put up the call. Off to the side, looks like Bubbles could get caught. No, he's just sitting in the woods. Glyph of Fortification going off there. They can look for the deny? Yeah, Bubbles going to look for the deny here. Is not going to get it. Not quite enough damage. Port coming in here. They're going to try to finish off this Illumina, I think. But nope, no kelp field available, and they're like, alright, it's not worth it. Plus the elephant's not really very helpful. Puppet Show, and now he's attacking his own teammates. Stupid elephant, you're not supposed to do that. See what happens when you pick elephant? He attacks your own team. Only when you have Puppet Master in your team, he uses Puppet Show and the elephant. But still, it's what happens. I don't think he even used it. I think Elephant just wanted to do that. Jump in here on Bubbles. Wrath of the Pharaoh comes in on top of the Mummy Walls, and bam. It was like a 400 damage crit there thanks to double damage on Puppet Master, and Bubbles just ate it. And we're going down here. We'll kill Ward of Rev. But obviously Word of Sight here. And Attila, very sad. And Gray is all mocking him. What a jerk. Off to the side here, Ravener being in some trouble as we got Bubbles looking to set up a kelp field here. Bad Blast also available. And 2 more heroes coming in, Elephant and Master of Arms. But the Word of Sight here, obviously. Ravener seeing him come over, and he's like, yeah, I don't want any part of that. TP back from Pharaoh, so he will just go back to base. Looks like the Legion are gearing up for a bot push, and will be a port in here. Ball Lightning not going to hit. Tormented Soul coming out for some counter push. NG Ultimate is available, as is Wrath of the Pharaoh and Puppet Master ult. Legion side also having access to every single one of their ultimates. Top tower going to drop as Boy getting 535 gold per minute with its secondary tower kill, completely uncontested by the Legion side. Rune down here will be the Hellborns as they catch up Pestilence off to the side. Kelpfield on it too. Let's see if this is actually going to be a kill onto Pesty. Just a little more damage. Not going to happen as he just is able to get that. Panny and Attila both fall as they're getting caught out. Balthazar drops on that Hags though, and Elephant down. Bubbles in a lot of trouble as the Puppet Show helps finish him off, so ends up being a 3 for 2 in favor of Hellborn as both supports die, but they pick off the 3 of the farmers on the Legion side, and once again, Elephant is dead because he's a stupid elephant. That was a valuable elephant right there. He went in, he took a bunch of damage and died. Elephant's bad. Balthazar porting back to bot lane. We'll continue to farm it up here. Went for the Sackstone early on. Interesting choice. Has strong farm, so you'd figure just anything that'll get you the Grimoire faster is good. And definitely with the Neophyte's book is going for that build, but not quite there yet. Pestilence up to close support key. We'll get Puppet Showed here. Plus the keg stun. Easy sidestep on that elephant charge. Pestilence still taking a lot of damage. Puts the ultimate and just so huge crit there from the Whiplash. And boy, man. And boy will get a double tap there as damn that Whiplash hurts. Elephant charge away, but there's the Wrath of the Pharaoh, and not going to be very effective, as he's now going to die. So he gets to deny, but pays for it. And, I mean, you just gotta look at the stun, right? And it's like they both sidestepped it. Meanwhile, on bottom, Balthazar getting jumped here by Ravener, who has a new portal key, but he will be able to blink away, be just fine. So Rav showing off his brand new P key, but not grabbing a kill, unfortunately. Bot Tower's denied. Imbo has 620 gold per minute. So he's already got a Shroud and a Whispering Elf sitting on 2,900 gold. I assume that the Strong in the Head is next. Yep, there's a Warhammer. And a Mighty Blade, I think. Yep, so Strong in the Head will be next on Puppet. Up top, Engineer in a little bit of trouble as he's getting scattered out by the Invis Master of Arms. Elephant in the background, and Bubbles is here as well, but Engie's like, I'm way gone. Elephant's charging up, and they're going, yeah, something's up. Off to the side, meanwhile, Wrath of the Pharaoh going to be off here. Will catch Masera on that Pestilence. Spirited Power Throw not going to hit, but not necessary. Meanwhile, Balthazar drops as well. As the Assassin's Shroud Puppet comes in here, there's ultimating Puppet Show, and you're dead, buddy. CC vote from Legion already, and that seems a little premature, but I have a pretty substantial lead, and yep, that's going to go through. So, Sweet Light Guy's not feeling it this time. Elephant's bad, and that's why they lost the game. So, one game series scrim, and it will go to Reason Gaming as they take out Sweet Like Ice.